Hello, everybody. We are going to get started. Welcome to the Weekly Healing Circle. I'm just going to go ahead and add everybody really quickly so everybody can join us. Okay. Let me just add TikTok on here. Ooh, hold on. There we go. TikTok's been hella weird today, but we are going to make it work. Okay. Okay. There we go. Hello, y'all. How are y'all doing? I hope that everybody is doing well. This is going to be, listen, it's a little bit of a recap, y'all. We are going to do a meditation today. I'm going to let everybody go ahead and come through because we are going to be doing a meditation. I am going to be pulling from the Mudra deck. Which is linked below. Hello, everybody. I hope that everybody is doing well. I hope that everybody is safe and protected and just going through positive, hopefully everybody's going through positive things. I know that there's definitely a lot of stuff going on with Uranus, y'all, because Uranus is a whole hot mess. But hello, everybody. Hello on Instagram. Hello on TikTok. Hello on YouTube, on the YouTube streets. This is definitely, I feel like a well-needed weekly healing circle. I'll definitely will tell you that. Hello, Lana. Hello. I have bad news. I lost a baby, y'all. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no, I'm so sorry, my love. That's definitely my condolences. That's definitely not the easiest thing to go through. And I will definitely tell you to spend some time with Yamaya if you can, because she can definitely help you process a lot of that emotional energy. But oh my God, that's not easy, and I'm sorry, my love. I'm definitely sorry that you have to go through that right now. But I hope that this meditation that we're about to do is helpful and bring some healing for y'all. And just thank you to everybody for wanting to be here, wanting to be present, and hold space. This is definitely one of those times of the week that I always look forward to, because I get to talk to you guys and I get to connect, and we all get to come together and do some healing and focus on some healing. Okay. So we are definitely going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards. Which mudra should we be using for this meditation? The moon is in Aquarius. Okay. So we're focusing on downloads today. Okay. You guys know that the moon dictates the meditation and the tone that we're going for the week. And because Monday is really that beginning of the week, and the moon's in Aquarius, we're focusing on some downloads. We're focusing on spiritual downloads right now. So I want you guys to start off the week by getting these messages from Spirit. Everybody on every other platform, Lana, is wishing you condolences and sending you lots of love. So definitely all the love, seriously, all the love from all of the platforms, but definitely sending you some love, because I know that's not necessarily the easiest thing to go through. And I know that it can be very traumatic. It definitely can be a very, very traumatic experience. Even doing Akashic Records work that's come up before, where we've had to do work together to heal the mother's wounds when it comes to children and losing their children. That's something that's very, very traumatic, and it does have a soul impact on someone. It can be a very, very heavy thing. So I'm definitely wishing you some love, some healing, some protection, some peace. Okay, some peace. But definitely, hopefully this meditation is helpful, and we start off the week with the downloads, the downloads, because I feel like lately there's been a lot of things going on a generational level. There's been a lot of things going on. It feels very, there's almost a lot of dung 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 kind of energy. Like it just feels very like the shoe will drop sometime soon. This past week for me, like I was basically like nurturing Babe back to health because she ended up getting COVID from work. And I ended up being asymptomatic because Sekhmet will not let me get sick. I told you guys this before. She told me once I may get the like the name, the title of it. So like if I get a cold, I'll have a cold, but I won't get the symptoms for it. So I've been asymptomatic this whole entire time, and it's just been like navigating, nurturing Babe back to health and making sure that she's okay. She is well. She's all recovered and stuff. But y'all, it has not been the easiest thing. This whole week threw me off because I had like a whole bunch of stuff that, working with y'all and everything this week. So it was kind of like, take care of Babe and do readings. That was literally my whole life last week. And that's why I couldn't do the live, because it was just not going to be, a good space to do it in. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's Uranus and Taurus. Yes. Attacking the body. Yes. Uranus and Taurus. I knew Taurus season was going to be something else because it's like unexpected, random thing. Like it would just hit you out of nowhere. And this is why I feel like the rest of Taurus season, we need to be very, very mindful of not only where Uranus sits within your chart. Make sure you know where it sits within your chart and how that house is kind of moving, because I feel like Uranus is moving. He's moving real funny right now. Real funny. Okay. So what mudra should we be doing for this download meditation from Spirit? What mudra should we be doing this download meditation from Spirit? Okay. There we go. I am going to be, just as I did in Goddess Hour, I'm going to be smoking this whole entire live because, first of all, I've said this before. So weed, okay, is actually ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius, but it's all about doing it on a spiritual way. It's all about getting downloads while you're in that space. So that's really what I've been trying to like do this week, because I feel like I've had to mentally put myself in that place lately. So I am going to be smoking in this life while you guys are doing your meditation. It will definitely be channeled in that way. So the 3 mudras that we got today was balanced energy. Okay, balanced energy. Balanced energy. Balanced energy. And it says, cultivating balance in all of my activities, I experience greater energy and vitality. Balanced energy. Vitality is within the solar plexus. Okay. Vitality, it literally lives within the solar plexus. This is what I've mentioned this before when it comes to food and how you feed your stomach. You are feeding your energy. Every time you eat, every time you're hungry, your body's telling you need food. Whatever you're feeding yourself that your body is absorbing, whether it be natural or unnatural, you are feeding your spirit. You are increasing and pushing through your vitality. So this is what that mudra looks like. That's what that mudra looks like. This is what that mudra looks like. The next one, awakening the inner witness. Okay. Through the gradual release of limiting beliefs, I continue my journey with greater clarity. Ooh, awakening the inner witness. Awakening the inner witness. Awakening the inner witness. Okay, and the next one, we have fearlessness. With a greater sense of grounding and centering, I move forward in life fearlessly. Y'all, these mudras sometimes be these mudras be like trying to slap you in the face sometimes. Oh my God, these mudras be funny sometimes. I'm telling you, listen. Fearlessness. With greater sense of grounding and centering, I move forward in life fearlessly. Fearlessly. You see how the hands is literally on the solar plexus. fearlessly. Okay, fearlessly. Okay, I'm gonna hold them up again. Go ahead and start dropping your hearts. So I know that you picked your mudra if you already picked your mudra. So that way, you know, we know where we're at. But these are the mudras that you can pick from. I'm gonna hold them up to YouTube first, and then Instagram. I'll do 2 at the time. Hopefully y'all can, let me just do it 1 at a time so you can read it. Okay, so fearlessness. This one is fearlessness. Fearlessness. Then we have awakening the inner witness. Okay, awakening the inner witness. And then we have balanced energy. Balanced energy. Okay, balanced energy. So I'm going to hold it up 1 more time. Awakening the inner witness. Fearlessness. Ooh, fearlessness. Fearlessness. And balanced energy. Okay, balanced energy. I'm like, watch out, with these cards. It's like all over the place. But drop a heart if you've already picked your mudra before we start this meditation. I want to make sure that if you're here, you want to do this meditation, that y'all have your mudra, because that is a mudra you should be holding the entire meditation in order to allow your body to connect, your energy to connect. The hands are a very powerful channel, and you want to make sure you're using them correctly. So 1 more time, awakening the inner witness. I'm getting a lot of hearts from Instagram, so I know y'all got it. Let me know on TikTok and on YouTube how y'all doing. Awakening the inner witness. Fearlessness. Okay, fearlessness. Balanced energy. Balanced energy. Balanced energy. Awakening the inner witness. Okay, I see some hearts on TikTok. I see some hearts on Instagram. Let me know if you, on YouTube. It's like hard because I have like 4 screens on my face. Let me know if y'all need me to put it up again, so that way you can pick your mudra for the meditation, because I want to make sure everybody has their mudra. Okay. So your mudra is what you're going to be holding, how you're going to be holding your hands throughout the meditation. Okay, I see the hearts. I feel like we're ready. Okay, y'all. I'm going to give y'all my spiel as I always do, but go ahead and start to bring your legs, whether you want to do a half lotus pose, full lotus pose, or you want to lay on your back for this meditation. Go ahead and start doing so now. Go ahead and start relaxing your body, focusing on your breath. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out. I want you to start to visualize yourself inside of a golden egg. You're taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out. This golden egg is divine healing light. So you're breathing in that divine healing light energy. And you're breathing out. You're taking deep breaths in, sending that divine healing light anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of extra attention. And you're breathing out. While you're in this divine healing egg, I want you to call your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels to surround you at this time. Go ahead and thank them for being present with you. And on your next breath, ask your guides to tell you what you need to know right now. On your next breath, ask your guides, what or whom should you be detaching from right now for your highest and greatest good? On your next breath, ask your guides, what should you be working towards right now? On your next breath, ask your guides, what do you need to do to set yourself up for success, for the things that are unexpectedly coming your way? On your next breath, ask your guides, what is your next step spiritually? On your next breath, take a moment to give thanks to your ancestors, your angels, your guides, for the messages and the downloads that they gave you. Go ahead and take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take another deep breath in, sending that divine healing light anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of extra attention. And deep breath out. When you're ready, you can go ahead and come back and just let me know in the comments when you're back. How was that for y'all? I see some of y'all are back already. Glad to see you back. I hope that that was very helpful. I hope that y'all got some really good downloads that you needed to know and be aware about. Okay. I think everybody's ready. Okay. I'm glad everybody's good. Thank y'all for doing the meditation. You guys know Mondays we're all about the healing. We're all about getting together to heal and address what needs to be addressed and ask, you know, the questions that need to be asked, really focus in and do that work that needs to be done energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like just getting down with spirit. So thank y'all for doing the meditation. I hope that that was really, really helpful. We are going to talk about the astrology, okay? Because listen, okay? Listen. So let's just go over where the planets are right now so we can all be on the same page. The sun is currently in Taurus. The moon is in Aquarius. The Mercury and Venus are both in Taurus. Mars is in Cancer. Jupiter is in Aquarius. Saturn is in Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces. Pluto is in Capricorn. And so we have a lot of Earth right now in the chart, as well as air in the chart. Okay, there's definitely a lot happening with the way that the planets are relating to each other. At the same time, while there's a lot of squares, there's a good amount of trines as well, because you do have the support of the planets together, especially those that are in air, in earth, and in air as well. You see the way that the moon is relating to Jupiter, and right now, and especially right now, this isn't a really opportune time to emotionally connect, especially with the energy of Aquarius, because when you see Jupiter and Saturn both sitting in Aquarius, the way that they're moving, it's especially being more on the generational planetary energy, especially with Saturn there. When you see that the moon is also in the sign that these generational planets are sitting on, it really pushes and like opens up the way for us to think differently, for us to emotionally trigger changes, trigger evolution, trigger a mental, emotional, spiritual manifestation, rather than necessarily sitting on the same type of energy and just kind of like emotionally just, okay, you know, the moon just shifted, now I'm in this, I'm kind of feeling a little funky, or now this is that. No, like when the moon is directly saying, hey, hello, I am tapping into this energy right now. I am connecting with Jupiter, with Saturn. I am saying, hey, we're all sitting in the same energy. How can we all help each other? How can we all work together right now? So having the moon in Aquarius, we're starting off the week with needing to focus on our emotional, not only our emotional detachment. There needs to be an evaluation of the things that we need to separate ourselves from. This includes what we need from other people, whether it be space or whether it be more time. Okay, whether it be, that includes us needing to focus on our own thing, detaching to understand, detaching to learn, detaching to make a choice. Okay, sometimes we really can't just sit in the situation itself and be kind of pulled and tugged to make a choice. Sometimes we have to say, hey, okay, cool, I'm gonna think about this and I'll get back to you with an answer, peace out. And then just stepping back, having the power to step back. There's power that lies in you being able to step back in order for you to understand, to see clearer, to understand what choice you need to make next and why it's important. You need to separate the needing to have action and the contemplating the action. There needs to be more contemplation. Aquarius energy is really like that Four of Swords energy. It's all about really like sitting down, meditating, connecting not only with your own mental consciousness, but also with the divine, also with spirit, also with like with what's going on around you, with your ancestors. Like, hey, y'all, what are we doing? How can I better be, how can I better work on this? How do I process this situation right now? I need y'all to help me do that. And if that means that I need to detach myself from the situation for a minute for me to process that, then please let me know that that is exactly what I need to do. There is a lot of need that comes from just needing the space and the time to process, the time to really focus on what is it that you want. And because the moon is in Aquarius, we're starting off the week. We're starting off the week with your words, your emotions being able to clearly manifest moving forward. And the reason I say that is because the emotions that you feel right now, especially because Jupiter, planet of expansion, abundance, okay, knowledge, the things that you know, the things that you emotionally decide to tap yourself into, and the things that you choose to then act upon from those that emotional journey that you go through, those things are going to create change. They're going to create things coming in, things coming out. Right now, it is a really good time for emotional manifestation, especially through words, through thoughts, through how we relate to the words that we're saying, how we feel about the things that we're saying. All of those emotions that are like that we go through and we navigate through emotionally. If you really sit yourself down and at the beginning of this week, whether it be tonight, whether before you go to sleep, and you're like, okay, I'm going to set the tone for the week. I'm going to set the tone for the rest of the month. Shoot, I'm going to set the tone for the rest of the year. This is what I am emotionally focused on right now. This is what I am trying to physically attain. This is what I am trying to get in alignment with for the next upcoming week, for the rest of the year. These are my goals. This is where I expect myself to be later. Why is that important? Because right now in Taurus season, okay, this is the point of the year where we are all about the physical, okay? And this is the first sign, the first earth sign, okay, that we have within the astrological year. This brings back the physical. We start with Taurus, we end with that Capricorn energy within the physical realm about achievement and legacy. You start off the year with wanting. Okay, with wanting. We're wanting to possess. We want things to have. We want things to hold. Why? Because that's what Taurus rules. That's what Taurus does. It enjoys what it possesses and it keeps what it possesses on hand. It likes to keep it around. So this is a really, really important time for us to emotionally tap in within our manifestation, but understanding that what we are emotionally trying to upgrade that next level upgrade that we're looking for, especially on a longer term basis, because when the generational planets are getting triggered like this, not only are we affecting each other directly, but at the same time, we are setting up for ourselves and our own generations that we will be passing on to our own within our future, kids and grandkids and all that stuff. We are setting up the tone right now. Like it's literally happening right now. And so there is this focus on understanding how the mind affects the earth, how there needs to be that equilibrium, how one leads to another. Okay, your words, how you I want you guys to think about the trees. Okay, I need you guys to think about the trees, how they give you oxygen. They literally give you oxygen. Trees are connected to the earth, but they rise up onto the sky, right, onto the sky, and they release this chemical into the air that then we all then breathe in, and it keeps us, sustains us alive. Okay, that is the power of air, by the way. That is the power of the air signs right there. Because at the end of the day, your breath gives you life. Your words give you life. Okay, they maintain that life. It all circulates. Things get planted in the ground. Okay, we're in an earth season. It's all about that groundingness, and it's all about upgrading as well, upgrading even the way that you yourself breathe, take oxygen, understand the air, the power of your words, the power of your emotions, and how the words that you speak out from emotion lead to consequences. lead to consequences. There is an important thing to process from that, because what ends up happening is right now, especially with the way Uranus is moving right now, you see a lot of a big push towards generational evolution for us to set ourselves up for success for the literal next upcoming years. Okay, because Uranus is going to be in Taurus for a hot minute. Okay, it takes Uranus a long time to move from sign to sign, and so because of that, we are going to be navigating within the realm generationally. We are actively learning lessons within the physical realm. Everything that Taurus rules is being heavily triggered. That includes the finances, because Taurus rules the banking system. It rules possessions. That is money. That is finances. That is your house, your home, the things that you, where you want to live, where you want to reside, pass the land down to your kids, all of that kind of stuff. Possessions. That is Taurus energy. The earth itself, how you connect to the earth, how you relate to the earth, what you specifically need from the earth, and how ultimately how you grow from it. That includes the things that you feed your body. Right now, there's definitely a lot to be said with how the body is treated. You can see different breakdowns happening in the body just from Uranus itself. That includes with health. That includes with like you yourself, your bones, your physical body telling you like, hey, you need to exercise, you need to like stretch me out a little bit more, because you're not, and it's causing you back pain, it's causing you lower back pain, it's causing you to not sleep correctly. You need to make sure that you are giving your body the time, because it is something that we enjoy, correct? This is the physical body is something that we enjoy. The physical body is ruled by the earth signs, okay? Even though it has a lot of water in it, and that goes hand in hand to emotional manifestations, because our emotions are connected to the element of water. So what we ultimately, how we feel, what we speak out, okay, are very much fueled by the water element. And because the water elements rule spirituality, it all activates. Even the negative things that you say bear fruit that you do not want to end up having at the end of the day. So right now, this is a very mindful time. This is a very important time to pay attention to the things that you say, because there are consequences for the things that you say. Uranus is the planet of unexpected change. And he literally just like straight up drops the ball and says, boom, this just happened, that just happened. And then you're just like, and now I got to deal with this. Like, come on now. And it focuses on the physical body, it focuses on the finances, it focuses on the money. There are ways to benefit from Uranus being in Taurus, because you can easily focus on wealth manifestation, buying a house, manifesting a home, manifesting a car, manifesting like like as far as like the body that you want to have, a healthy body, or like manifesting to be released from disease as well. It's because the physical body, you want to make sure you're having pleasure, and so having disease within your body is that does not align with having pleasure. So really understanding how your enjoyment ultimately feeds your manifestation, your enjoyment, how you feel about something, how you think about something. And again, it goes back to processing. How are you processing it? How are you processing your experience? Are you stressed out? Are you annoyed? Are you irritated of where you're at right now? And if you're irritated by all of the things, the little things that are happening, how are you mentally processing it? And how are you emotionally feeding those thoughts? Because those thoughts create words. Okay, words. The second it comes out of your throat chakra, it is a whole entire issue. Okay, the second it comes out of your throat chakra, it is a whole issue, because that the second that you spoke out that spell, okay, this air is the fastest moving element. Okay, it sets things in motion. Just think about, like, if I were to text someone right now, like, yo, you want to hang out? I just initiated something that requires the response to be like this, right? Because I'm asking someone, hey, do you want to go hang out? Hey, do you want to go eat? Hey, like, it requires a quicker response. That's why air moves the fastest. Every breath that you're taking into your body is how fast air moves. It is the fastest element, period. And so change happens quickly, the fastest, with your thoughts, with your words, with the things you say. So the second you're like, oh, I hate my body, or like, I feel like my body's always hurting, guess what? Your body's always going to be hurting, because that's exactly what you just said. And you're fueling that with your own frustration of the displeasure that you're not having with your body. So you're fueling it emotionally, you're verbally stating it, and then your physical body is just absorbing that negativity, and it just stays stuck. It just stays stuck. And this is why I feel like this week is a really, really powerful week to emotionally connect, mentally be clear on, and physically see how the manifestations are coming through. Because some of these manifestations are not going to be all positive. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because there is a repercussions for being in that kind of negative vibration and speaking ill upon yourself. There is 1000% repercussions to that. And it can create a lot. It can create a lot of heaviness. It can create a lot of problems. It can create it can create a whole entire black hole of shit that then you are going to have to go back and heal just because you said it. Just because you said it. Like, I need y'all to understand the power of your words. I really, really, really do. And that includes in the music that you're listening to. That includes in the shit that you are like absorbing emotionally. So if I really want you guys to be very mindful of the shit that you watch, the music that you listen to, because all of that was the second it feeds you emotionally, the second you're emotionally invested or emotionally like it completely goes up here, and then it starts coming out here. Okay. And this is where you can see how you get inspired by other people and the consequences that happens from inspiration and from like looking at what others are doing. Okay. So like literally there's times, and this is why advertisements are what they are, because they plant seeds for you to remember that company, that thing, just by, the jingle or like the quote that they say or whatever it is. Like they plant seeds verbally, they plant seeds visually, they plant seeds through art, through moments, through film, to music. Okay. And then you have certain things that are attached, that get attached emotionally. So if you have a song that you still have attached to a person, every time you listen to it, it's still attached to that person because it reminds you of that moment and blah, 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 blah. That is how powerful our like calibration through emotional and mental, like that connection, how that always just mends and bends things together, and it's either pleasurable or not pleasurable. And so it triggers that moment, it triggers that memory, it triggers that frustration, it triggers things to come out verbally. And you can see that a lot happening through families where you have like your like mothers getting frustrated at their kids because of behaviors that they picked up from the parent that they don't particularly like. The parent themselves doesn't like the other parent, and they recognize that behavior, they recognize like that thing being spoken through other words. And then you have like that frustration of that parent, like, oh, why do you have to talk like that person? Because it just triggers. When you recognize that is happening, that's how you know you have an association. You have two things that are interconnected, that when one comes through, it triggers the other one. It triggers the other memory, whether good or bad. It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. But it's really, really important to pay attention to our minds this week. Starting off right now, within the beginning of the week, I highly recommend you sit with your emotions, especially like tonight at some point. I do a lot of work with the planetary hours in the days of the week. Okay. I was born on a Monday. So this is one of the reasons why we meet on Mondays, because I want to make sure that emotionally, because Mondays are ruled by the moon, that we are tapping into our emotions on Mondays, and that we are connecting, we are healing, we are trying to process things emotionally. We're trying to get to that next point emotionally. And I think that you have to really be aware of how you're setting the tone, because Mondays set the tone for the rest of the week. Sundays are for rest. Okay. And this is why y'all rarely will see me post anything on Sundays, because Sundays I'm usually like resting my spirit from all of the work that I do and whatnot. I just, even with spirit itself, like I do libations on I do libations every single day. So I do libations on Sunday. I do libations on Tuesday. Every single day I do libations. I make sure that my ancestors, my spirit, my guides, my angels, everybody, they have their, their offerings, and then, I'm good to go. But that's like the only thing I do on a Sunday. The only thing I do on a Sunday. The rest of Sunday, I will be playing video games. I will be, I don't know, whatever. I will be having a spa day. I don't know. I'll be doing something that relaxes my spirit. I can go on a date night with Bae. I could go eat something. I will be relaxed as a motherfucker. Okay, that's literally me on a Sunday, because Sundays are for rest. Then Mondays are emotional calibration for the rest of the week. You are setting the tone. You are actively setting the tone. And right now, I feel like, because Taurus season is definitely not necessarily one of, right now, with where Uranus is sitting in Taurus, it's just not necessarily going to be that easy, because Uranus is going to say, oh, cute, you want to just enjoy everything, because Taurus is all about like Venus energy, like love and enjoyment and pleasure, and oh my God, I just want to feel good. And here comes Uranus like, okay, I understand, but you also have this and this and this and then that you need to do. So when are you going to get there? Like and this is one of the reasons why you're seeing like Bitcoin blow up. This is one, like, not like the digital currency blow up right now, because Uranus rules technology. Uranus and Aquarius rule technology. Uranus rules upgrading yourself. Uranus rules that like higher conscious mind. Uranus wants you to be in connection with your higher self, wants you to meditate, wants you to upgrade your body, wants you to do better for your body, better for your physical realm, wants you to think about what it is that you need on a spiritual level, a mental level, a physical level. So let's say you've outgrown your house, you've outgrown your home. Taurus is an earth sign. You can literally manifest a new house. You can manifest a new home. You're going to be in a completely whole different place come months from now, just because of the tone that you set right now, literally right now. This is a really important time to set the tone, because like Uranus is trying to set you up for pleasure that lasts longer. Generational planets have a longer impact. They're a longer effect. They literally, because they take so long to switch signs from one to the other, they mean to have ground breaking change. And this is happening to all of us, okay, because it's generational energy. So it's affecting everybody, even though it might affect you in a personal way differently, because again, the planets fall, they trigger different houses differently depending on, where you were born and all that. But it's one of those things that it affects all of us generationally. We're all going through this. You're going to see a lot of people focus on buying houses. And this is another reason why right now I'm not even surprised at this whole, Biden's doing the $25,000 like new home buyer credit situation, because they're trying to get people to focus on buying homes, buying lands, buying like to be within the United States, because there's so many of the new generation that does not want to be here. That's just the fact of the matter. Is the new generation, the millennials, as they would like to call a lot of us, even Gen Z, a lot of people don't want to be here, don't want to be in the United States. There's so much goddamn drama every 5 seconds. Like, it's just, why? And so right now they're trying to make people feel better collectively, like the generation, trying to make people feel better about living here, trying to make people feel better about wanting to have a future here. And because houses, connect us to future, to like, hey, this is stability, this is part of that earth energy. Because when you build a home, like, actually think of physically building a home, like you invested so much time in building that from the ground up, so you're going to invest like the rest of your life into living in there, right? And so there is this focus, this heavy focus on being aware about how this energy is taking place within your life, how Uranus is moving. Yes, there's definitely a lot of pleasure to be had, especially right now. Sun is in Taurus, Mercury is in Taurus, Venus is in Taurus. We just have so much Taurus energy. It's just a very like, enjoy it, relax, do some yoga, be within your body, like get a massage, go get your nails done. Like it's a very like pleasurable energy. But then there comes Uranus looming like, yeah, but I will catch you, I will trip you up, I will make sure that you got this specific, that within the next couple of weeks. It's just, I feel like if you're really trying to have that pleasure that you're looking for, you really need to make sure that you know what it is that you want. And I know that's hard for some people because some people don't know what they want. Some people are just discovering their options. This is where it comes to like looking at inspiration. So if you have like a celebrity that you follow, or you have like, you know, people that you follow or people that you see like as like, oh my God, they're doing so great. Look at them. I wish I was like that. The second you start putting those things into motion, it starts triggering some change for the future. You need to make sure that your spell work, your craft, the things that you're practicing right now are pushing towards the future that you want. You do not want to manifest random shit that you have appreciated or liked about what other people are living. You don't want to look at somebody else's life and be like, oh my God, I wish I was, you know, on a trip somewhere right now. Like they look like they're having so much fun. I wish I was that. And then you manifest a trip, but it just was not planned. Like you're not getting what it is that you need just because you weren't specific. Like this is the time to plant proper seeds, to connect not only to our pleasure, but the things that can bring us pleasure, and to remove the things that don't, but that bring us displeasure, because that's what Uranus is going to be focusing on. Uranus is going to be like, okay, so you're not going to enjoy this. You're not going to enjoy that. Your body's going to be hurting because you haven't been paying attention to it. You haven't been stretching it out. So cool. I'm going to just give you a whole bunch of back pain and you're going to have to figure that out. How are you going to resolve that? How are you going to resolve that? Are you just going to give up on yourself, or are you going to actually keep going? Like, is this where it ends? Or are you going to keep going? That is the question. That is the question. And I want you guys to be very, very clear on that, because this week is setting the tone for a lot of different things. Where you are at mentally, okay? Aquarius rules the crown chakra. Mentally, mental manifestations for the rest of the year. Jupiter is manifesting through the mind, through the crown, through the downloads, the messages that you are getting. They're not for nothing. Jupiter is actively manifesting through the mind. Therefore, what you think about needs to hold weight, or you will be drowning in the water that you emotionally feed, because you have just been literally allowing yourself not to focus emotionally on those manifestations. Like you have to be very, very particularly clear. Like for example, if you're trying to meditate, which is also a great practice to be doing right now, by the way, with all our current energy, if you're trying to meditate, you need to meditate with a purpose. You can't just be like mindfulness. You need to meditate. You need to try to meditate with a purpose. Try to hold space for yourself with a purpose. It needs to have an intention. This is when we get into intention, why it matters, why it's necessary. Okay. I feel like it's one of those things that this specific time is crucial for us on a soul level evolution. And without the intention part, like if we just keep kind of like, think of like Piscean energy. Pisces can be like all over the place, like it can kind of capture kind of different things at once. But one of the things I say about people understanding like Piscean energy and even spirituality, Pisces navigates within a gray area, a gray space. So think of yourself standing inside a fog. The way that Pisces works, right, is that they think about something or they have a set intention. So let's say they're thinking about a person. That's, where they start getting and fueling the inspiration to write love songs, to write a story. That's where the creativity starts fueling in. But this is also how spirituality works. Spirituality and your practice, you're working with spirit. It's a call and response, okay? You are standing in a fog and you are saying, hey, fog, I would like to see this, or I would like to have the answer to that, or within this fog, I would like to manifest a flashlight so I can keep walking, or what I need to keep walking in a straight line, or not make sure I trip up while I'm walking in this fog. It's not meant to look clear. Everything's not meant to look clear cut. You do have to tap in spiritually. And so meditation with purpose, when you're actually holding space and saying, okay, let me let me set an intention. What I want from this meditation is to connect with this spirit guide. I want to ask them about this specific thing that I'm practicing on right now and how I can get better at it, or what do I need to do next in this and X, Y, Z, and B. I'm going to do things with intention, not just sit there and just, no, set an intention, be clear. That's when you're clear, when you're making those type of decisions, that's when you're going to see progress, because you have to ask to receive. You must ask to receive. You need to ask. You need to set the tone. You need to be like, because spirit will literally, and this is one of the things that came up recently, and because a lot of people, one of the things that's been happening very recently is that everybody on TikTok has been like booking past life readings with me. Because I made like a TikTok on past lives, and everybody was just like curious about past lives. And I think that's something that happens virtually when you hear about something new and you're just like, oh, what's that? I want to know about this. I want to know what it is. I want to, and like people get curious, but then people were booking readings with me and not knowing what they wanted to ask. So I was like, I explained them the whole entire process. And the Lords of the Records are very particular about being specific about what it is that you want to know. So we would be sitting on a call and I would be like, okay, so what is your question? And it would be either a yes or no question, or be a vague question, or like, not a specific question. So like, do I have traumas? And the Lords of the Records are over here pulling all the books of this person's trauma. And then I'm just like, yeah, you have a lot of traumas, but which area of your life are you trying to focus on? Because we can't cover all of your traumas in one session. That's just way too much to do. We can't heal all your traumas in one session. That's also way too much to do. So one at a time. So which area of your life are you trying to focus on? You have to be specific. If you are not specific, they will not give me the answer. They'll just be like, well, these are all the potential ones that we can talk about today, but which one? What are we talking about? What exactly do you need help in? What exactly do you need guidance in? What exactly do you need healing in? Like, what area are you trying to target? Because when you leave things very generalized, you're only going to receive what spirit thinks that you deserve, what spirit thinks that it needs to give you. And that always cannot feel like, sometimes that doesn't feel like that was the right thing. That if you would have picked it for you, that's not what you would have picked. You have to co-create with the universe. Therefore, you must give your 2 cents to the universe, or it will choose for you. And sometimes it will not, it will feel like it's not necessarily the answer that you specifically would have preferred. Like, it would have ultimately felt like, wait, you mean to tell me like 30 years went by and I didn't make the right choice? I could have done this, I could have done that. Again, and I mention this often. This literally comes up every other damn healing circle. Midlife crisis happen because people do not make choices, and then they regret the lack of choices that they make when they're in the future and they feel like they cannot do anything past that point. That's when midlife crisis happen. From you sitting there looking at what happened in your life, saying, oh my God, like literally sitting in time. Like, having a midlife crisis is very Saturnian, is very like a Saturn energy. Like, you're sitting in time and you're analyzing time, which, by the way, we analyze time in the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are sitting with Saturn's energy because it's analyzing your history, your soul's history. And so you're sitting in time, you're analyzing different time. So when you're having a midlife crisis, you are sitting in time and you are literally actively shitting on yourself for not doing X, Y, Z, and B that you needed to do because you didn't act on the thing, because you didn't decide. You were not deciding. And so life said, okay, well, they're not making any moves, so we'll just keep them there. They're not asking to get promoted in this job, so they'll just stay working that same role. They're not asking to, like, have a bigger house. They're just getting frustrated by where they live. But since they're, they kind of like staying there, so we're just going to keep them there. We're not going to give them any more than that because they didn't ask. You need to co-create with the universe. You need to have a 2 cents. This is an equal partnership relationship. Okay, this is one of the reasons why Y'all, we've been talking a lot about ancestor work on TikTok, okay? And this is one of the things that's been coming up a lot that I've noticed that people have been saying. And even on TikTok, there's this trend on TikTok where people just post their conversations with spirit. And it's always kind of like spirit comes in, whatever spirit it is, whatever deity it is, spirit comes in and they're like, you know, I want this. And the person's like, um, um, okay. And then they just kind of end up getting like, I feel like a lot of people for some reason, unless that's the way that they're presenting it, but I feel like a lot of people, spiritual people on TikTok get bullied by their own spirits, by their own deities. That's the way that they present themselves while they're kind of doing all of these little skits that they do with spirit. Because meanwhile, I'm over here like, this is an equal relationship. This is an equal partnership. I don't go up there and do ancestor work like, oh my God, I'm afraid that I am going to get roasted, that my ancestors are going to be fighting, that everybody's not going to be on the same page. I'm just afraid. If that's the tone that you're setting, you're going to walk into, like, imagine hosting a meeting, right? Imagine hosting a meeting and you are expecting everybody to just behave really bad. That's the tone and the thing that you set for that meeting. Everybody's just going to behave really, really badly. Everybody's just going to be angry and fighting and all this stuff. And so then you walk into the room and that's exactly what's happening. Well, why didn't you set the tone for the meeting? Why did you not set the guidelines? Why didn't you say, hey, spirit, hello, ancestors, with all due respect, I want to make sure that when I do this meditation with y'all, we are being we're making sure that everybody has an equal word, everybody has an equal footing, that we are equally communicating, that there is no, if there's something that needs to be brought up, something that needs to be addressed, something that needs to be healed between two spirits, between two, whomever, wherever needs to be happened, can you please make it known so that we can resolve that, so that we can move on to other things. Okay, I do not understand why some of y'all are just getting railroaded by spirits and deities. I honestly do not understand, and I might be just a TikTok thing. I don't know, but I straight up, I have too much respect, and spirit has too much respect for me to be setting the tone that when I'm doing an ancestor meditation, or where I'm talking to Santa Muerte, or where I'm talking to Sekhmet, okay? Talking to Sekhmet and expecting her to railroad me in any capacity. There is an equal respect that needs to be understood between you and spirit. I understand that a lot of the time, you know, and I feel like when you're new or when you're just trying to get into like devotion and being a devotee and all that kind of stuff, that, you know, it's easy to feel like, oh, I am underneath. I am, you know, like it's easy to feel that way. I understand that aspect. But y'all need to build a relationship with your spirits. Okay. It is an equal relationship. There is no, you know, it's kind of like a friendship. Think of a friend. Think of having a friend that literally just bullies you all the time, or just takes stuff from you, or just makes you do stuff. That's not a really good relationship, is it? It feels better when you are actively like in a really loving, like, oh my God, I have your back, you have my back. It's like a best friend kind of energy where you're all kind of working together, like where you're all like, we're doing this together, we're you know, building this together. Like, thank you for helping me with that spell, it came to pass, and I'm so, thank you for helping me with that, thank you for helping me, Santa Muerte, for releasing this, thank you for opening the way, I'm so happy, thank you. It is all, it's meant to be more love than anything else. It's not meant to be fear. It's not meant to be like, oh my God, I'm getting over here bullied by my spirits and stuff. Like, I don't get it. I actively do not get it. I don't get it. Like, Sekhmet is so comfortable with me that she doesn't appear to me in like her full warrior form. She appears to me as a lioness. And that is, when she does that, that means that she is actively really, really comfortable with you. When she appears to you in her lioness form, it's more of a, she needs to work on your strength, because you actively are not in alignment with your own solar plexus. It's a lot. But when she is in her lioness form, she is very, very comfortable. She literally acts exactly like my cat, like purring. I literally pet her. I literally like rub her. Just like my cat within my meditations. We just be really comfortable. We'd be having a whole entire conversation. We'd be talking about a whole bunch of different things. Okay, it is a friendship. It is a love. It is a relationship. Why are y'all getting bullied by some of y'all spirits? I don't get it. I really don't know what it is, but I feel like you guys need to make sure that you have an equal loving relationship with spirit. If you do not love who you're working with, okay, if you like personally, the one that I can say that probably like pushes me with a sass, I would say would be Santa Marta, because Santa Marta is just, you, if you work with Santa Marta, you know how she is. Okay, she has a personality. She is very, very. Santa Marta is like the one that, oh my god, how does one explain Santa Marta? Is like, Santa Marta comes off like tarot sometimes. Like tarot has like a very, you know, like say it to your face kind of personality. Like she just tells you straight with love. It's never with like I'm gonna whip that ass. It's never like with the like you're about to get owned. But it's very bold. She's very bold. She's not like, okay, I'm just going to like the water, be gentle. She's not that. She's very, very bold to the point. And she, if you're like, oh, I want to get back with my ex or something, and she's like, no, I don't like him for you, so no. Like she's very like direct, but it's out of love. It's out of I don't like this person for you because they don't have your best interest. I don't know why you're entertaining him, so we're not gonna do that. That is your sassy, spirit loving relationship. Like you understand why they're saying what they're saying, but it's never, oh my god, I'm getting attacked. Like I feel like spirit, like oh my god, if I don't put the coffee on her altar, like she's going to kill me. Like I feel like I'm gonna die. Like I don't understand where this comes from on TikTok. I really don't. I personally do not understand. I went off a tangent, but I really don't. You need to make sure that you have a good relationship with spirit. You need to make sure that who you're working with is bringing you that loving, caring relationship. Because if spirit wants to work with you, then it needs to be an equal partnership. Okay, it needs to be an equal partnership where you're like, hey, you know, thank you so much for helping me. It's kind of like, it's really like a relationship, kind of like, you know, you feel you're like in the mood to give an offer, and you're in the mood to like give them some food. You're in the mood like to sometimes you don't always have to give them stuff just because you're lighting candles or petitioning or anything. It's just a relationship. Like, oh my god, I just wanted to check on you today. Thank you so much for protecting me today. Oh my god, this is just a relationship. Not a oh my god, I have to work with you because I guess I'm trying to work with you, but then I feel bullied. Like I don't get it. I really do not get it at all. Please make sure that you're having equally balanced relationship with spirit. Please make sure that you're having an equal relationship with spirit. You need to make sure that you and spirit are in an equal partnership, because that's going to help your manifestation. Because what's going to happen? Spirit's going to know how to work with you. Spirit's going to be like, oh, okay, she kind of likes like this, or she's going to want this to come this way. So let me make it really, really clear for her. Let me make sure that this is as easy as it possibly can. Why? Because that's your homie. That's your homie. They're going to go to bat for you because that's what you're asking. You have to build that relationship. So when you're meditating, when you're calling on them, when you're saying, hey, I need guidance, I don't know how to, navigate this. When they tell you exactly what they need to tell you in the way that they need to tell you, even if it comes out with sass, okay, even if it's a little like, okay, you can take it and be like, oh, that's how they are. But oh my God, thank you for giving me the answer in a way that I could best understand it. Because you know me, you know what I want, you know what's in my heart. And the heart chakra is everything. The heart chakra is where we literally measure emotion, measure trauma. Okay, we do past life work from our heart here. This is where all of your traumas from your past life is literally, this is where it's at, in your heart. We heal your past through your heart. So love and the love vibration needs to be embedded into your relationships with spirit. It needs to be there. If you do not have that relationship with spirit, you need to build that before you be out here petitioning them and asking them for all this kind of stuff, because then they're going to send stuff your way that you're not really going to understand because you don't have that relationship with them. Yes, I am. So I need y'all to make sure that moving forward, you guys are consistent with not only being clear with what you want, but this is a really crucial time because we're doing a lot of mental manifestation. Obviously, spirit is going to be listening to what we're saying. So if we're telling our ancestors, oh my God, I would love to have a house and this is where I see myself and da 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 da, then they're like, okay, we hear that. We can then put that into motion, but then you're like, I kind of want to move. But you don't say what you want. It's kind of like you're going to get pushed out of that place and you're going to get stuck looking for a place because you didn't set intention for what it is that you wanted. You didn't give them that vision. You didn't say, here, this is what I'm thinking of. This is what I'm dreaming of. This is what I'm envisioning here, from the crown, from here, from the third eye, from the crown. All of this. I need you guys to make sure you're doing all of this, especially that Mars is in Cancer, emotional action. You need to be passionate about the things that you're saying, the things that you're speaking, the things that you are actively trying to call to you. You need to be passionate about it. This is why you need to pay attention to the things that you are emotionally calling your way. So no talking shit, no saying, no talking shit. I don't want to hear none of y'all say things about your situation, your life that is counterproductive. I don't want you to be blocking anything for yourselves just because you decided to speak some stupid shit in that moment. Then you're gonna listen. You're gonna be like, oh, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. You just said it. It's a spell. It is emotion. It is emotion. So then you're gonna go ahead, counter block that shit. Make sure that you are mentally asking your own self every single morning, let me speak things that are productive to my growth. Please ask yourself to prevent yourself from speaking ill on your behalf, so that way you don't get stuck in some toxicity. Because let me tell you. Okay, what do we need to know for this week? What do we actively need to know for this week? Okay. Wow, I'm not even surprised that came out, but okay. Oh, hold on, y'all. 1, 2. It's kind of like, listen. 2 cards. Death, the Wheel of Fortune. Death, the Wheel of Fortune. Death, the Wheel of Fortune. Y'all, death, the Wheel of Fortune. Change. Transformation through change. Listen. We are starting off the week with the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. Y'all, let me tell you something. Listen. The Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups. The 5 of Cups, the 9 of Wands. The 5 of Cups, the 9 of Wands. What did I say about the mind? And what did I say about our emotions? And what did I say? What did I say about our manifestations? What did I literally just spent this whole time saying? Y'all be thinking I make this shit up. I really do not. I really do not make this shit up. I swear. We should actively be working towards this. That is what we need to be doing right now. It is absolutely necessary for us to focus on doing the work towards our happiness. Emotional happiness leads to physical manifestation. The intentions that you set right now are building your future, specifically the future that's coming up within the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. Literally, you're building onto that right now. You are actively building generational wealth. You are actively building generational intentions, generational manifestations. You are actively building and creating grounding change that includes within your physical body, that includes within your home, your car, the fruits of your labor, the fruits of change. That includes your family, that includes your kids, that includes your health, that includes your finances, the growth of your finances. There's this huge focus on wanting to be good, just wanting to be good, wanting to be happy, wanting to be solidified, okay, wanting to be good, but at the same time, wanting to have that abundance and what abundance looks like for you, because it's going to look different for everyone. And this is what I mean about being careful where you're getting your inspiration for your life. Make sure that it's something that is in alignment with your spirit, because if it's not, it's not necessarily going to look like this. It's not necessarily going to be put together like this. Why? Because it was something that was it really meant for you though? Was it really meant for you? Can you say that it was meant for you? Can you say that that life was meant for you? You need to make sure that you are emotionally aligned with what you want to bring into fruition, with your success, with your goals, with your dreams. You have to be emotionally aligned to it. You have to be emotionally on the same goddamn page. You have to. Because if you're not, it's just going to only lead to chaos. Only lead to chaos. There's going to be, there's this energy of emotionally lashing out, emotionally creating a state of like frustration, creating an energy of like acting on your feelings, acting on your words, and acting like almost like rushing and being overreactive, being really like just completely using your words very, very harshly on yourself just because you're emotionally dissatisfied with what's going on within your life. There's just like, let me tell you, the Knight of Swords, it is absolutely the most frustrated knight of all of the knights. It is the fastest moving knight. Okay, this is the fastest moving knight. Why? Because air. I told you guys, air is the fastest moving element. Air is the element that literally has so much impact from the get-go, because it's an instantaneous element. It happens as quick as you move your hands. You're moving air. You're working with air. So it moves the fastest. It comes with speed. Sometimes it has the sword, and sometimes it lashes out, and sometimes it cuts a lot of different things. The Knight of Swords can be very, very aggressive, because words themselves can be aggressive. Words themselves can have a punch to them, especially when they're fueled by emotion. This Ace of Cups, let me tell you, Ace of Cups can be used both positively and negatively. You can have positive emotional manifestation, or you can have negative emotional manifestation. And what is happening this week? We're ending this week with a lot of like trigger. We're going to, there's this trigger happening within the Five of Cups energy and the Nine of Wands energy. These are traumas. These are actively traumas. So we're actively, the universe is going to be like, here, poke at this wound, poke at that one, poke at that one, poke at that one. Why? What is it being addressed? Why are you still letting it be a trigger? I thought you were trying to do this. Why is this still a trigger? Why are you still letting and allowing triggers to still be there? And what are you doing about it? Like, at the end of the day, how is having these triggers keeping you in a state of happiness, joy, and in a state of in a state of pleasure, which again, Taurus energy. How are we having pleasure if we're actively navigating, living through, and not processing our traumas, not healing from these things? How are we having pleasure? How are we getting to this? How are we getting to this? How are we getting to this? I need to know. I need to know, because this week is like, some of y'all are going to listen to me this week because we're starting off with all of this. Okay, I'm working towards it. I'm setting intention. I'm doing this and that. And then come the middle of the week, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. There's going to be a trigger. Okay, there's going to be a trigger. That's going to happen. You're going to be left in a state of reaction. You're going to be emotionally reacting to the situation itself, but the way you react will reveal to you what needs to be healed, why there is displeasure, and why you're still holding on to it. Like, it's just going to really like reveal everything. And what's really underlining all of that? Death and the Wheel of Fortune. Death and the Wheel of Fortune. Right underneath that, Queen of Swords and the Magician. If you think your words have nothing to do with what's coming, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, boss. Go ahead. Go through the rest of the week. Go through the rest of the week. Say and talk all the shit that you want to. Do all of those damn things and see what's gonna happen to you. You do not want to misuse the Magician energy. You do not want to be speaking out toxicity, because you're going to literally expose yourself. That's kind of the thing about these two cards. Death cards, Scorpio energy. Okay, Scorpio energy. Pluto energy. So we have the energy of death, transformation, the occult, the unknown, the unconscious. So these are things that there are things that you have been actively holding on to that you don't even know are still holding their own weight within your energy, within your life, that are still literally holding such a deep presence that needs to be released. It just needs to be released. It needs to be transformed. It needs to be it needs to evolve spiritually. The energy of death is really, really, really heavy this week, because we're going to have that choice to either transform into the Phoenix, like go through that process, or get like whipped, literally get whipped by the energy of the planets, by how the planets are moving. That's kind of the key to this. I want y'all to understand the key is that either way, the planets are going to be moving the way that they're moving. We're either going to be under the water, getting tumbled by the waves, or we're actively going to try to flow with the current. Like, I need you guys to understand that the things that you have avoided, the things that you forgot about, that you try to push so far out of your head, that you even like, you didn't even process the fact that certain things hurt you the way that they hurt you, and you wouldn't admit to it. Even if that person was standing in front of you, you wouldn't even admit to it. They're still holding a pretty big presence within your own spirit, with your own energy. And it has created so much chaos within your energy that now you're at a point where the universe is going to push you while you're trying to manifest all of the things you're trying to manifest. I see it. I see I see y'all trying, but y'all not addressing the elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room, okay? There's an elephant in the room. Before you bring in something new into your life, you must make space for that new thing to come in. Therefore, you must address your elephant in the room. You must go through the death process. You must transform. You must evolve. You must heal. You must go through that Phoenix stage. You must literally turn into fire, go into the ashes, and be reborn through the ashes. Phoenix. There's a reason why the Phoenix is literally connected to Scorpio. Because death, evolution, change. The things that you are carrying that you don't even know are affecting you are causing a lot to your energy, and it needs to go. It gotta stop, because at this point, spirit is like, okay, that's okay. You've been doing this for a while now, and okay, but like, you keep asking me for X, Y, Z, and B, and I can't really bring you that because you don't have any room. You just don't have room. I don't even think you can emotionally handle the future, because you're emotionally still caught up on things that you just don't have room. You just don't have room. You don't have the room. You don't have room. It's kind of like you want a pool, but you don't have, like, your house does not have the room or the space to have a pool. So what are you going to do? Because you want a pool. What are you going to do? You're just going to keep wanting a pool? You're going to go to the public pool? Just going to manifest it that way? Or are you going to be like, no, I want a house that has a pool. I want it to look like this. This is how I want the sunsets to be. I want it to be trees. I want it to be X, Y, Z. How are you going to make room? And what are you going to release? I just want to know. The people want to know, and the people is me. I'm just saying. What do we need to know collectively for this week? Ooh. Okay, first of all, family and loyalty. Family and loyalty. Some of y'all need to do some answers to work this week. Enlightenment and faith. Enlightenment and faith. And some of you need to stop giving up on your manifestations. This 10 of Pentacles energy takes a long time to come into fruition. If you've gotten the 10 of Pentacles at any point when you've been just reading for yourself or whatnot, 10 of Pentacles energy takes 3 to 5 to 10 years to come into full fruition. Why? Because Pentacles is earth, okay? Earth. You, your physical body, earth, okay? You, just as how you need to move every single day, you need to make moves, you need to invest time. The earth, if the earth signs are very deeply connected to planets, that it takes time for you to kind of like navigate their energy. Like Venus, ruling Taurus, right? Venus, think about Venus and think about time. I just want you to sit down and think about Venus and think about time. Think about the two things. Time being like that Saturn energy, but I want you to think about the two things. When you think about Venus, you think about love, you think about pleasure, you think about money. Okay? When you think about love, when you think about a relationship, do you want to just have a relationship that lasts a millisecond? No. It takes time. It takes time for you to sit in that love, for you to grow that love, for you to evolve through that love, for you to learn through that love. If you have a job and you want to get a job, or you want to get a promotion, you have to put in the time for your bosses to know how you work, who you are, why you deserve it. You have to put in the time. When it comes to your pleasure, your personal pleasure, do you personally like things to last within a millisecond? Like personally, do you like things to last within a millisecond? Like you're being like sensual with someone, okay? Do you want it to last a millisecond? Are you finding your pleasure that way? When you're eating something, when you're just eating ice cream, when you're eating something like that's just, it's your favorite thing, okay? Your favorite thing in the world to eat. Do you want to just eat it? You just took one bite and that's it, it's gone? No, you're investing time into eating. Every single bite brings pleasure, activates your Venus. It takes time to enjoy shit. Time. And so when you look at the rest of the earth energies, when you look at what you want, the thing that you want to manifest, you want to make sure that it's very stable, okay? That is cooked right, that this meal that the universe is cooking, this 10 of Pentacles meal, that is, it's cooking. You set the spell, you did the thing, you asked spirit, you said, hey, I want a house, I want to make sure it looks like this, this is what I want, this is how I want it to look. Okay, I wanted to make sure, you're going to want to make sure that it has like strong foundations, that it's not just going to fall apart in one day. You want to make sure you're spending that time inside the house, right? So that means that it takes time for you to get it as well. Why? Because let's say that house that you want that's coming up for you in the future, let's say it's literally being built right now. Let's say that the foundation is being built right now. Let's say that spirit is setting the place for that area, that land to be ready for you to live there right now. So that way you can be in a stable place. You can be in a stable place for the rest of the future that you are investing your time in spending there. Time. Y'all, listen, as Saturn's child, y'all, I have a very deep and loving understanding with time. Time is literally what I do, okay? Because Saturn, y'all. Saturn, he gets a lot of shit, but he really just wants you to spend your time wisely. And he says, oh, you spend your time stupidly, here's some karma. Now you got to deal with this karma because you are not spending your time productively. You are not grounding yourself. You are not staying in a place where you're going to be there for a long time, where it's productive for you to be there, where it's going to be conductive to your growth. You are not staying there. So I need to get you out. I'm going to have to give you a whooping. I'm going to give you the ass whooping until you do something about this. It's either I'm going to watch you destroy yourself, or I'm going to push you and your growth, and it's not going to feel good because you're not creating action towards that. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and watch you waste your time, waste my time? Like Why? Why would I want you to waste time? I want you to use it productively. There needs to be an awareness of time, y'all, because every earth sign has an awareness of time. Even Virgo. Even Virgo. Virgos rule the mundane. Okay, they rule the everyday thing. They rule the taking care of the house, the mopping, even the work, the things that have to get done at work all the time, the papers that gotta be filed all the time, all of that. Virgo energy, the things that need to get done every single day, so that time is being set up well for the next day. The things that we have decided that are the stable things that we need to do so that we are set up for success later. Virgo. And this is why they rule healing. You heal, so you're setting up for success for later. It all goes together. The earth signs are all about physical awareness, your physical body, what you are physically experiencing, and how you are using your time. Capricorn energy, because Capricorn is all about legacy. Legacy. What did you accomplish? This is the end of the last test that you take before you become a doctorate, or before you have your master's and all this stuff. Capricorn energy. Why? Because that's something that you invested time in, you invested years in, that you now can say is an achievement because you succeeded. Time. All of the earth signs have a time awareness. All of the earth signs understand that you need to spend your time wisely. Wisely. You need to make sure you are invested in your goals wisely with the faith. With the faith, you need to make sure that you are invested. It's kind of, think of your life as stocks. Okay, I want you to think of it as stocks. Okay, you're investing in love. You have some stocks in love. You got some stocks in money. You have some stocks in your job. You have some stocks in your house. You are seeing those things multiply, become more and more valuable down the line, more and more meaningful. Why? Because you invested in them. If you do not choose, you do not gain. If you do not set intention, you will not get what you want. It's all about choices. This is one of the ways that even the government, which by the way is ruled by Capricorn energy, that even the government, when we have choices for different things, when someone feels like they don't have a choice about something, that can feel very, very restrictive. And then that's when you get the pushback from people saying, no, I want the choice to be able to do this. I want the choice to vote for this. I want the choice to X, Y, Z, and B. I want to have my say. There's some people who vote. There's some people who don't. But then should they complain when they don't get what they want later? Did they vote? Did they make a difference? Did they let their choice be heard? When you're voting, that's actually an intention. And it's kind of like a huge generational intention, because everybody's kind of setting intention together. It's like a huge pot of energy itself. But when you are saying, hey, this is what I agree upon, this is what I am invested in, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm going to continue to feed with my energy, with my time, that is a really powerful thing. And you have to make sure that you understand that process, that you understand your own evolution, that you understand your own time. Because I don't want none of y'all, okay, when we're doing healing circles, when we're like, 20, 50 years from now, okay, I don't want to hear none of y'all talking about you having a midlife crisis in the damn chat, because then I'm going to slap all of y'all. All of y'all getting slapped, Dominican style. I ain't playing with you, like telenovela style, because I don't want to hear it. I've been trying to set y'all up for success for years. Okay, for years. I need y'all to get it together. I need y'all to make sure that you're paying attention to how you are invested within time, how you are actively setting yourself up for success within time. I need y'all to understand that. Understand that. I need y'all to have a higher vision. That's where that clairvoyance comes in. I need y'all to have a higher vision for your life. A higher vision for your life is physically going to manifest. Physically going to manifest. Okay. So if I told you that you were going to literally, what you wanted is coming your way, you're going to have that. Just give it its time. Everything's going to come into fruition. What are you going to be like? No. What are you going to be like, okay. And then just like, I'm still stressed out. I don't know because I don't know. I just told you exactly what's going to happen. What are you going to do to feed that fire? You're building a fire. You're trying to make that fire bigger. What are you going to do? You're going to keep putting fuel into that fire so it stays running. You need to fuel your intentions. You need to fuel your petitions. Yeah, you may have set that intention a year ago and you've seen certain things move and make way, but you still need to say, hey, Spirit, by the way, I still am in alignment with this intention that I set for myself. This is still what I want for myself. But you know what? I said that I wanted it this way, but I feel like I want it this way. I still want the same intention, but I just wanted to look like this now. I think that that's more in alignment to who I am today. You still need to feed your intentions, because what's going to happen if you don't? This is the midlife crisis. This is the midlife crisis. This is also you looking at everybody else's life and then feeling like shit that you are not in that position. I'm telling you right now, what you do now to set yourself up for success, it's going to be crucial to your growth. If you do not set yourself for success now, you will be crying in the future. And I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. What do we need to know collectively? Spiritual quest. Spiritual quest. Because why? Because this is a journey, y'all. This is a journey. This is a journey. This is a journey. All of it has been a journey, especially on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, which is ruled by water, spirituality, which is ruled by water. It's a journey. It's a journey towards pleasure. It's a journey towards enjoyment. It's a journey to being in alignment, to doing what we're supposed to be doing in our lives. It's a journey. Trust in your efforts. Trust in how you're investing your time in. Trust in the intentions and how you're fueling it. Trust in your efforts. Trust that every step that you're taking to heal yourself is going to make you stronger. Trust that every step that you make towards, removing any negativity within your space, removing any toxicity within your friendships, trust that those things will equal to more productive, more open energy manifestation pushing through into your life. Trust that your actions are creating beautiful change within your life. You have to trust that everything's going to be okay. That sounds mad cheesy. Sounds mad cheesy, but it's absolutely 1000% true. Ancient teachings. Listen. Ancient teachings. I want you to actually look at your ancestors. I want you to look at your elders. I want you to look at those histories, your past. And I want you to really take in, if you can ask an ancestor, any of them, what they learned, what they wish they understood while they were alive. Also, by the way, you should all be writing this down because all of these questions you should be asking your ancestors at some point this week. But I'm just saying, if you can ask them, and even you can go ahead and look back at your ancient ones. You can go ahead and call on those ancestors and say, listen, what would you do if I was in this situation? How would you address this? How would you handle this? What do you think is best for me to do? What do you think is the meaning of love? How do I love myself more? How do I achieve that? How do I make myself stronger? How do I heal from trauma that feels so hard to let go? How do I do that? Teach me how you would. Teach me the ancient way of how to process that. And 1000%, you're going to see answers. 1000%, you are going to see the answers. You're going to see the answers. You're going to see and feel and experience those messages, those downloads that literally they act as a form of liberation, because the way is nothing is new under the sun. Okay, nothing is new under the sun. Everything has been done before, even though we are constantly evolving, we are constantly growing, we are constantly going through different experiences, we are constantly creating new technology, we're constantly creating a new way of experiencing life, right? Even so, but there's still nothing new under the sun. These experiences that we have personally gone through, you don't think there's like at least 100 ancestors that have gone through exactly the same thing, that could literally help you navigate that situation within your own life? Literally what Maya said. WAD, what would abuelita do? What would she do? Because 1000%, they already processed that. So how can you master that? By looking at your elders. And this is where we get spiritual practices. This is where we get spells. This is where we get, this is how you heal this. Drink this tea for that. Do this for this. Like, make sure you're using this herb. Make sure you're, holding on to this. Work with this crystal. It's all ancient teachings. It's all things that we know work because our ancestors used them for those exact things. Ask so that you can receive. Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Archangel Michael, what do we need to do for this week, for us to have a good week, for us to be productive this week? Okay. The first one, God is in charge. And this is where we're getting this Wheel of Fortune energy, by the way. This is God is in charge energy. This is God is in charge energy. Dear God, please help me let go of the situation, giving it in faith and trust that your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Because you have to ask for that healing or you're not going to receive it. I'm just saying. Believe and trust. That trust is coming up hard, y'all. That trust is coming up hard. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. Y'all, trust. It's all going to make sense later. You're going to be looking back at it later. You're going to be like, oh my God, that's why I had to go through that because of that. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like, yo, I be honestly analyzing a lot of my past relationships, my friendships, like situations I go through. And I'm like, but this person, because of this person, I met that person. And then that person taught me this. And if I hadn't met that person, that wouldn't have happened. And it's so crazy how, like, I just be analyzing. Like, y'all, my Venus is in Aquarius. I be, I be out here analyzing the hell out of shit. You have to really think about things. You really have to look when you look back at it, you're like, yo, but damn. But damn, like you just have to trust that everything is working for your highest and greatest good. That if you are working on your protection, working on your healing, you're asking spirit directly, like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is my intention. I'm very clear and particular about this situation, being X, Y, Z, and be like this. That's when you see things moving in that direction. It's not always going to make sense the way that it's moving, but you have to trust. You have to trust. This is your life's purpose. And the prayer says, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I am taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. This is your divine purpose. And why is that coming up? Because I told y'all, Uranus, generational planet, he's trying to set us up for success. That means the effects and things that are happening right now within your life have longer term consequences, longer term impact. You're going to see the things that you are setting intention for, that you are praying for, have that resolution coming up within the next months to the next upcoming years. You're going to see the like rippling effects of those things. So you cannot dismiss what is happening, the energy, working with the energy productively, not getting caught up in this, actively working to release this, because the traumas, the PTSD, some of y'all are literally traumatized from some of these relationships, from some of these like partnerships, from some of your family members, from work. Like some of y'all are actively traumatized. Some of y'all are really actively traumatized, and it's just not conductive to your growth. It's just not. It's not giving you what you need to get. Like you need more. You need more. You need more from life. You need more from spirit. You need to experience more. But spirit can't give you what you can't ask, what you're not asking for. It's not gonna give you what you're not asking for. Like you actively have to do what you need to. You have to work towards it. You set intention, cool. How are you working towards it? How are you playing your role? Co-creating with spirit. Okay. Equally co-creating with spirit. Equally. With that friendship, with that relationship that you have built. And this is why I said in that TikTok that everybody, like, it literally went viral, freaking blew up. But the whole conversation was about, you know, being connected with spirits that are not necessarily part of our culture situation. And I was like, y'all know y'all can have relationships that transcend lifetimes. It's like Akashic records work. Like you can actually look at spirits and deities and gods and goddesses that you have connections with that have just transcended lifetimes. You just have that relationship. That's literally me and Sekhmet and Aset and a bunch of other spirits. But literally me and Sekhmet and Aset, I have lifetimes with them. And so my spirit and my soul feels very comfortable, and they recognize me in that way. And so it's not about me not being equal in that relationship. It's like, hey, you're my friends. We're in this beautiful partnership, spiritual partnership together. This is just a great relationship. I'm so grateful that I get to have you in my life. It's literally a friendship. So you have to understand that for you to co-create with spirit, you need to have that equal relationship with spirit. Equal. Not overpowered, but equal. What do we need to know for this week? Okay. And we have open your arms to receiving. Open your arms to receiving. Open your arms to receiving. You've prayed for help. Now be open to accepting it. And this is what I mean. You got to believe, you got to trust that things are coming your way. You have to just, if you just walk around like, I got this. Spirit got me. They know exactly what I want. I'm not stressing nothing. I'm not stressing nothing. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you a vision I keep getting. Like spirit keeps giving me this vision every time I meditate. Recently, they gave me this vision that I'm literally on like this mountain area. I'm in this house. Babe is like in her like DJ room, like DJing, right? And then I'm on the infinity pool, and I'm looking out towards the beach and the sunset. I'm not like super close to the beach, but I can see it, and I'm just looking out towards the beach and the sunset, and I'm just like with my arms like this, and I am just like looking out and relaxing, looking at the sunset, looking at Yamaya, and it's literally the vision that I keep seeing. They keep giving me that same vision, and I'm just like, okay. Because one of the things that I've also been asking for is like, I want to move. I want a house, but I don't want to live in the United States. So it's kind of like, okay, that sounds like a beautiful vision to me. Like, and honestly, I feel very, very comfortable with that vision. And I'm just like, okay, so that's how you guys are going to bring it to me. I approve. Thank you for updating me with your, your intention for what's coming up for me. Thank you, Spirit. I agree. And now that I know that that's something that's on its way to me, what am I going to do? Like stress? I'm going to be like, oh my God, man, I got to go. I got to leave. I got to move. Now, I already know where they're going to send me. What is the point? Trust. I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving that. I will be making lives from the infinity pool, y'all. Y'all will get the lives infinity pool style, because that's apparently what's coming my way. So, past life healing. Past life healing. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing to the present. Past life healing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all literally, because everybody has been booking past life readings with me, so it's been crazy. But I will say, I feel like, and this is something that the TikTok community has been asking me, but I'm going to try to set up a workshop so I can have y'all like trained to read your own past lives, so you can know how to read your own past lives. So that way y'all don't need me to read your own past lives. And that's going to be a workshop. I'm going to try to do that within the next upcoming like weeks, and then I'll post that for y'all, for those who are called to do that work. And be definitely Akashic Records work. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's not something that you should sign up out of curiosity, because the Lord to the Records will not give you access to the records if you're not ready to be up there. And that really all depends on your own spiritual journey and discernment, because you have to know what you're doing when you're up there. You can't just be like, books. Like, you have to okay, books. You're in a library. What are you studying today? What are you looking at today? I literally go to the records to do the most random shit sometimes. I'd be like, yo, I just came up here to pull the spell from this lifetime, because I wanted to add a certain specific ingredient, but it's not fully coming to me. So can I just pull the spell and look at the list? I literally just go up there to do research. I just dive in. I go up there. I go, Archangel Michael, can we do some cord cutting? Sure. Let's go into this room and boom, some cord cutting sessions. I literally call down different spirits for different things while I'm in the records as well, even though I work with them. But I also work with them. You can work with spirits in the records. There's advanced shit that you can do in the Akashic Records. It is a place of learning. It is a place of healing. And so if you're not necessarily ready to do that work, you might not be given access there, because you have to, again, it's all about intention. So, but some of y'all need to do this. There's definitely some things that are deeply connected to some past lives. The past life readings that I've been reading for y'all lately have been absolutely like, whoa, like there's a lot of trauma that has been healed lately. And I'm really, really happy for everybody who has been able to get that healing that they needed. So thank y'all so much for those who have booked readings with me, because it's been a lot of fun and a lot of healing. And I always feel like past life readings are like my favorite ones to do, because I always feel like, there was just like a rainbow at the end for the most part. But I definitely want to make sure I get that class up there for y'all, because I think that y'all need to go in there. So we'll be working on that very soon. We'll be doing that work very soon. So stay attuned for that. But for some of y'all, this is definitely a past life issue. Like for some of y'all, this is definitely a past life issue. Be positive. Because why would you want to be negative? Oh, your thoughts can shape your experience. So be sure to focus on the positive. This is not what I said. This literally summarized everything that I said earlier. So oracle cards be pissing me off sometimes, because they just be like, I'm just going to tie it up in a bow. Like, y'all. Okay, let me go through some of these comments, because y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me start with YouTube first. Hold on. I'm just going to scroll all the way to the top, because I feel like, thank you. I appreciate the love. Abby came and talk about the eyes, though. Straight gorgeous. Oh, thank you. I kept that simple today. Okay. But I was just like, I wanted to be cute for y'all today. Don't tell Babe, because she's always like, who you being cute for? If it's not her, she mad. So don't tell Babe. She's like looking at me like right now, like she's so cute. Okay. Sending love to Babe. Glad you had no symptoms. Yeah, she's taking all the love. She's definitely taking all the love. No, I literally had no symptoms. My mom was just like, oh, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then I'm looking at my segment altar and I'm just like, thank you. And that's really what it came down to. It was just like, thanks. Thank you for the protection and the love and the, like, literally she was like coughing right in my face. Nothing, y'all. Nothing. It really was. I needed to keep myself in the present and soothe my anxiety as much as I can. Okay, I'm glad that meditation was really good for y'all. This was so confirming, and yes, I need to my butt to Yamaya. I was nestled in her waters 1000%. I am waiting. The second anybody invites me to go to the beach, I will be with Yamaya, and I cannot wait for June because I am actively going to Puerto Rico, y'all, with Babe for her birthday. And I'm so excited because we're going to be doing we're going to end up doing a whole, like, we're going to do a ritual to the ancestors, okay? Because she's half Puerto Rican. So we're going to be working with the Taino ancestors. And I'm so excited to just honor them and give them some love and just connect with the lands. Like, I will try my best to film some videos for y'all during that time because I will be vlogging for y'all so y'all can see the videos. But I will try to film as much of it as I can, but I don't know if I can show everything, but it's definitely going to be a very beautiful. And then I also can't wait to just be with Yamaya because I need to be at the beach. I need to be at the beach. I feel like as I get older, I want to move back to the Caribbean so bad. Like, that's literally where my spirit has been lately. It's kind of like the temperature. I do not want to experience another winter. I don't know. Winter is Caribbean time at all times. That's where I'm at mentally right now. So that's kind of where my mind is. Back I was in a different egg this time. Normally it's like gold foil, but this time it was like Egyptian paintings with gold. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, evolving. I love that. Okay. My egg has always been clear with gold glitter. Mine is like that. My egg is very clear with gold glitter. It's like a lot of like stars and like lights glistening. It's like a very beautiful like egg. Yes, I have been all day in this bed just reflecting and meditating. I'm glad that y'all are working with today's energies really, really well. I have been trying to find a house for years, and everyone has been trying to get me to settle. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to bullhead. I'm going to be bullheaded about what I want. 1000%. 1000%. You have to literally be. You have to be clear. You have to be like in love. Like, this is one of the things that I do when I go shopping. If I'm not in love, I'm with the piece, with the thing, with the shirt, I'm not buying it. Like, I'm just not going to invest my time or my money into it. You have to love. And that's all connected to Venus energy. You want to enjoy where you're at. You want to enjoy where you're, living. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are here, quote unquote, working with spirits they don't even have a relationship with. 1000%. And I don't get it. I do not get it. Like, I do not, even when I personally end up picking up spirits, because that happens to me sometimes, depending on where I'm at in the lands, I will sometimes pick up spirits. I mean, sometimes I just leave them where they're at, but sometimes I'll pick up spirits, and I go into full interrogation mode for hours. Like, we will be having a whole conversation. I will be in a meditation, like, okay, so what's your name? What, if you were born here, like, what's your sign? But like, there was a spirit that I picked up in a specific place that we have to have a whole story time about that in a separate video. But I picked them up in a specific, powerful place, right? And I went into full interrogation mode. I know her name. I know her sign. She's a Scorpio. I know like her attitude. Like I understand like what she went through. Like we were talking about her that lifetime that she experienced. We were talking about why she wants to help me. I went into deep. I go into interrogation mode. Even when Archangel Gabriel came to me and wanted me to literally start this whole entire business. The whole reason why I'm here today, y'all, is because of Archangel Gabriel. Because he was like, okay, so you need to focus on like he just said, you need to do this now. Like you need to start right now. And I'm like, okay, but we need to talk. What is this? What is that? What is like I went into full mode interrogation mode. We were talking for like 5 hours. Like I like to make sure that I know what we talk about. What do I need to understand about this energy, our relationship, all of these kind of things. You have to literally build that relationship with spirit. You can't just be like, oh, this is that. Okay. You have to talk to them. It's a friendship, it's a relationship. You got to talk to them. So 100%. Yes, I love your Gemini moon. Y'all, my Gemini moon is just a savagery that is honestly unmatched sometimes. Like I just be listening to myself sometimes and I'm like, yo, that was just some straight savagery. You need to chill. But honestly, it's one of my most used energies is what I could say. Cause I talk a lot. Y'all know I talk a lot. Y'all actively all know that I talk a lot. And it comes from my moon in Gemini. Literally Capricorn, Ascendant, Jupiter, and Neptune. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. That means you see it like other people see your glow up. That's cute. That's a cute placement because people are just like out here like, oh, you gotta be careful with the evil eye though. But, because people will try to throw the shade. When you have Jupiter and you're rising like that, it's like others will be seeing you glow and seeing you like all this stuff, and then people will be like, so you got to be careful with the evil eye. I will 100% say that. That's synchronistic because I got the realization of journey that's what a customer's name, and I also saw that on the dress this weekend with a beetle scarab. That 1,000%, 1,000%, and there's gonna be a lot of synchronicities right now. That's another thing that I want y'all to understand. There's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna be like, wait, like you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. 1,000%. The ways of the ancestors are so practical and bring such deep transformation. It's 1,000. They know how to address things in a very straightforward way, because back in the day, things weren't as complex as we have made them. Even with like language, there's certain things that with language, like through texting and stuff, that things are read in a certain particular way where it's just kind of like, wait, did you mean it that way? Or I read it in this way and it felt like you had added to, like we literally add emotion into text sometimes. And it's really important to understand that things were done a lot differently back in the day. And so resolution can come easier as well, just by processing it and asking for that as well. Gosh, I've been unemployed since after graduating undergrad, but tonight's session has encouraged me to continue my prayers, applying to jobs and knowing they're being heard. 1,000%. And at the end of the day, you have to really look at what is it that you are born to do, and all lies within astrology. You can see that within astrology. What is it that you were born to do, and are you meant to work on what you think you're supposed to work? Because that's another thing. My degree is in psychology. Because I was like, I want to get into everybody's brain. Okay, I want to know. I want to understand the depths and all the stuff. And my favorite class always ended up being abnormal psychology, because I just wanted to understand everybody's different experiences and sociology and stuff. Like I just found it so interesting. But I didn't end up using my psychology degree, even though I understand certain aspects of psychology because of it, but I didn't end up using it. It's not what I do today, like completely. I guess you can say it a little bit because I do like spiritual counseling and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you might not always use what you go to school for. Mm-hmm. Our studies are part of our studies are ultimately a lot of the time, even like going to school, there's some people that you could have literally went to school to meet that one person that triggered you to do X, Y, Z, and B that had nothing to do with what you were supposed to do. Like, it can be that crazy sometimes. And so you really have to look at your natal chart and see what you're supposed to be doing and how you can best support yourself in that. Because sometimes with the way that the world works, that it's just kind of like, oh, your kids, you go to school, you go to, and the way that parents use school is just as a way to like not have you in the house so they can get work done. It's a babysitting service. School is literally a babysitting service. And then when we grow up, we are pushed more into our studies, which I don't disagree that they're important. That's Sagittarian energy, education. But it's also really important to do what it is that you are actively meant to do, because that's what's going to lead to you being happy. So you also have to look at that. What are you meant to do? And does that have anything to do with the time that you invested into the past? Because again, like, I invested in time into graduating. I had my degrees in psychology, but I don't use it today. I don't think I use it. Like, can I analyze people? And can I understand things? Yeah, but I'm also intuitive as fuck. So it's kind of like, where is it coming from exactly? So I would say, if you want that clarity, look at your natal chart, because it's going to tell you what you need to know. And don't just look at your North Node, because your North Node doesn't necessarily mean that is what you're meant to do in this lifetime. You can do multiple things. You can be a person that does multiple things in one lifetime. You don't have to be one note. You don't have to be one thing. You don't have to be one experience. That's not it. It's an accumulation of like your legacy. Your 10th house ultimately ends up looking like an accumulation of the things that you have done all together, not just one thing. So don't feel like super, super down on yourself if you've you've been in that funk. Just try to see what you can take from that. And also be ready to process like the fact that you might have not needed to pursue that for the future as well. So definitely make sure you're looking at that, because 1,000% of the time, sometimes it does not correlate. Sometimes it does not. Sometimes it does not. Literally. Had I not gone to school, I would have not met my first soulmate. I would have not healed a bunch of shit. I would have not met the people that I needed to meet at the time that I met them. It would have been, my path would have been different. And that's all because I went to school, even though I didn't know. When I was in school, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. And I kept changing my major. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do psychology, because I really love and understanding people and connecting and stuff. So I guess I'll do that. But that wasn't what I was meant to do. And I should have, I kept my spiritual practice really private for a long time in my life, because I didn't want to be like a spiritual leader in that way, where I was like, oh, when I was in the forefront of something, I was just like, no, my practice, I do my thing, blah, blah. But even looking at my natal chart growing up, I can see where the energy was. Okay, my Jupiter in Cancer is sitting in my 11th house. I know that I get that expansion, that abundance, all of that within my 11th house energy, and I have that energy there. But I also have, my whole entire Capricorn stellium in my 6th house. I can easily do the mundane shit, do the I can serve others in different ways. As I was in customer service for such a long time, so I can serve others through that kind of, the real world kind of experience, where I'm just kind of working or doing whatever. I can easily do that for the rest of my life, but that's not what I'm meant to be doing. And that is the key. You have to look at your energy. You have to look at your natal chart for that. I am starting therapy again as an adult, going in with a good feeling. Ask my guys to bring me to the right place, and I feel good about what it will bring. I feel like therapy is so important, because I think it's important to understand holding space and processing different things and talking things out, because the brain is what creates action. And a lot of the time, what happens when you don't process things is this. It's there's emotional action based on things that are pent up. So it's important. Therapy is such an important part of our own growth and our own just needing to talk things out, needing to process things. It's just such important for our own evolution, because a lot of the time when we don't hold space for our own thoughts, for our brain, for our experiences, we get stuck in chaos and reacting out of like emotion, and it can be very, very frustrating. So 1000% agree. Wait, hold on, it scrolled away, y'all, hold on. I've always known I was to move to South America somewhere. I meant to travel the world. Yeah, listen, my Mars is in Sag in the 5th house of pleasure. Okay, I live this whole quarantine shit has been very hard for me as someone who loves to travel on a freaking regular. So I'm like looking forward to June so bad because I just want to like spend time with Babe and be out, Puerto Rico and like, you know, the land, y'all. Just connecting with spirit, connecting with my Taino ancestors, connecting with just like, just being it's the culture for me. It's the culture for me. Y'all know I'm Dominican, but Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, we neighbors. We literally like brothers and sisters. So I just cannot wait to just be in a different time zone, y'all. Time zone. It's a time zone for me. I just need to leave. I need to leave. Oh my God, yeah, I just learned how to access my Akashic records, and I love being up there. It is such a beautiful, beautiful place. It is one of my favorite realms to be in, because I just feel like just so much work can be done. It's a very neutral realm. It's very protected. You're not gonna like die while you're up there. Like, it's not like, like it's just it's such a beautiful place to be. Like, I love the Akashic records. It's just absolute knowledge and evolution and like soul work. It ends up being such a helpful, like productive, beautiful place to be. So I just listen, I love it. I got so many confirmations from this healing session. Thanks so much. Like, LOL, yes, solar plexus meditation is needed to get some gas in my tank to finish up on these final task tours. 1000%. 1000%. You already know how we do. You know how we do this stuff. You know how we do. It's definitely something that I feel like, listen, this is what we do every week. This is what we do every week. Oh my God, that's amazing. I study sociology. Sociology was so dope, like, to understand the process, especially when it comes to children. Oh, sociology was amazing for that one. Just, it was just really, really interesting to understand, like, even trauma. A lot of the ways that I personally understand trauma, childhood trauma. Even when I'm doing the records, I understand. I go back to that sociology class. It's like so, so important. Hold up, you're definitely using that sociology degree. You're constantly unlocking my mind, truly enlightening moments. Yeah, I know, but it's like, it's kind of like at the same time, it's on a spiritual level. And if you looked at, like, I guess a psychologist, it would be like, to me. So it's kind of like, it ends up being like a spiritual counseling instead. Like, it turns into that. So it's kind of interesting how it kind of all correlates at the end of the day. Thank you for reminding me my happiness is what matters most. I am a bit stressed over moving out and family pressure, shame. I don't have a job. Thank you so much for reminding me I don't have to have a niche. No, 1000%. 1000%. And you're not always going to like have it all together, but it will always come together because you will eventually build on what it is that you want. And this is what I mean about like me this year. Like, I know I want to move, but I don't want to move into an apartment. I want to move into a house. And I keep getting the vision of this vision that I have. And I'm like, okay, spirit, I see it. I see you giving it to me. I see me experiencing it. And if, I will get from point A to point B. I can see that. But it all comes down for me being happy and comfortable. That's where I see myself being happy and comfortable. So it's like, you have to, it all comes down to your pleasure. It really does. Like, Venus, this is why Venus is that bitch of a planet. This is why she's that bitch, because she's just like, but what makes you happy? How are you enjoying this moment? How and why? How and why? Super, super important. Wait, what? Wait, the comments refreshed. Hold on, y'all. I agree with Lana. You low-key use your psychology all the time. Y'all, I guess. I feel like if a psychologist was in here right now, they'd be like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I've had to come to realize that we're all here to move through, accept, and show up on our unique selves. Aisa, I'm thankful to meet in the middle. Yeah, 1000%. It's all turns into individuality and what you're bringing to the table. 1000%. Me and my BFF plan to go to Puerto Rico this summer. Yo, everybody's running to Puerto Rico too. Literally, all my spiritual friends are like, I don't know why I'm getting so called to Puerto Rico. Like, yo, Puerto Rico's calling a lot of us over there. I'm just saying. I've noticed some things. I wanted therapy to help me balance spiritual and physical and have a deeper sense of myself from psychological sense. So also was important for this new chapter. No, it's something that it's absolutely helpful to processing different things, because once you understand the psychology part and understanding like what certain things mean, what some behaviors mean, then you can easily be like, oh no, that was a little toxic, or that's not what I need right now. And then you're able to really detach better as well. You're weaving we're going into times that we must expand our minds and services on what is a therapist, psychologist, sociologist, spiritual counselor. 1000%. Really, it's facts though. It really is facts though. It really, really is facts though. Sociology was so validating. It helped me see and hold my trauma to and understand the impact of external factors, and encouraged me to be a little social justice warrior I am today. No, really, sociology was just such a it was a perspective. Like that class, I didn't care for some of the classes I took, but sociology was amazing. It was really, really, really amazing. I needed to read up more on Venus. Venus is just it's that pleasure, and Venus energy always gets embodied by all of the love goddesses, all of the moon goddesses too. Even though the moon goddesses are very connected to the moon, but a lot of them end up manifesting some of the things that they do through Venus energy. Venus always comes down. It always comes down to pleasure. Ask yourself, did you enjoy this meal? When you're like eating out or something, ask yourself, did you enjoy this meal? Did you enjoy like this moment? Is this person, am I enjoying my time with this friend right now? Am I enjoying my time in this school right now? Like, ask yourself, you are in Venus energy when you're actively enjoying, just living your life, living your best life. It's Venus energy. It's one of my favorite energies because I just like to just have fun. Just have fun, be happy, enjoy things. Sometimes you just gotta let it be. I'm gonna read through the Instagram comments and the TikTok comments, because y'all said a lot today, y'all. Hey to everyone. Lana, some people sent you some prayers from the other apps. And lots of love. Let me see. These healing circles give me life. Oh, thank y'all so much for all the love. No midlife crisis here. The 1000%. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're just not gonna do that. Is that the same for Gemini risings? Gemini risings are super playful, open. They do tend to talk a lot. They do tend to be very friendly, and they do tend to have a lot of friends as well. But yes, it can be the same. Let me see. TikTok. Hello. That is good. I just did some real healing. I did some healing yesterday. That's good. I'm glad that you guys had a good meditation as well. I keep seeing life or death everywhere. Oh wow, that's powerful. Man, yes, no. Nurture a garden and eat forever. 1000%. Nurture a garden and eat forever. 1000%. Wait, let's see. Wait. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I read all of the comments, y'all. Okay. I think I got everybody's comment. Okay, so we've been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, because y'all know I talk a lot. I could be here all day, but my phone is dying, so we can't be here all day. But thank y'all so much for coming to this week's weekly healing circle. Thank you guys seriously for all the support, all of the love, all of it. Thank you for being here with me. We will definitely be back. So Wednesday is weekly community oracle poll, and I will be posting our Goddess Hour video for this week. You guys will see that, and all of the updates will be coming up this week as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for coming through. I hope you guys have a good night. Lots of love and lots of kisses and all that. Bye, guys. Thank you for the love and all that. Literally.